Welcome back to another episode of Feature Friday. I'm your host, Paul Hembekides, joined today by Maddy Tettelbach of the field hockey team. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And Maddy, I know that recently you spent a lot of time and raised a lot of money for cancer awareness. Talk about how the disease has hit your family personally, and I guess your motives for being proactive in that regard.
Well, my younger cousin, who just turned 8 last week, Olivia, she was diagnosed in August with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and it hit hard. I mean, I've had other family members be affected by cancer, but just having someone so young be affected is just hard, and it just hurts. And it's hard for her to go through something like that, and just knowing like the pain that she's going through and all the chemo treatments, but we're really supportive, and her family is doing awesome right now, and I know that she's strong enough to get through it.
Wonderful. Now, I know that you recently, along with some of your field hockey teammates, put together a team for the Relay for Life event. Talk about that a little bit and that experience.
Well, I wish LaSalle had a Relay for Life, but St. Joe's was the closest one, and so I got a lot of my field hockey teammates to come, coaches donate, family members donate, and other athletes and friends and roommates come, and we just made a team OPK, because that's her initials, Olivia Paige Kinney, and we wore our pink shirts. We raised lots of money, about over $900, so almost my $1,000. And we just walked all night for her, and the event was amazing. Just hearing all these survivors speak, the survivors lap, the caregivers lap, it was really touching to hear that a lot of the survivors actually had leukemia and her type, acute lymphoblastic, and just hearing some of them had them twice, years apart, and they are still here and they're still rolling, so. It was really touching.
Awesome. And talk about how meaningful it was for you to have such an outpouring of support from your teammates here at LaSalle.
It really does mean a lot to have my teammates there for me. When it first happened, it was in preseason. I just got to school, so I was away from my family. I know it was hard because they were all together and I was at school myself, but my roommates were really there for me, my teammates. And the second I told them, they were like, all right, we're going to split into groups and we're all going to make different packages for her, like coloring packages and princess theme. And so we all just sent gift baskets to her, and it meant a lot to me for them to be there, and right when I told them, they're like, all right, what are we going to do?
Very cool. And you mentioned to me that your family and her family are very close, particularly her father has been very influential in your life. Talk about, since the fall and since her diagnosis, how much that's even brought you guys, closer together in a family respect.
Well, her father, since being part of a military family, her father was always there for me. When we were moving, he helped raise us, and I knew that he was the perfect dad for a situation like this, and he's just awesome. When Christmas Day, she shaved her head because she was losing a lot of hair, and right after she shaved her head, she was like, Dad, it's your turn, so she shaved his head, and he was right there for her, and just communicating every day, getting updates from her, sending text messages and letters and drawing pictures to each other. It just got us a lot closer.
And finally, talk about how she's currently doing, her status health-wise, and also how high her spirits are.
Well, she's in her maintenance phase of chemo, so she's coming to the end of the first stage, which is really good. She's looking a lot healthier. She was just recently contacted by Make-A-Wish, and she decided to go to Disney World. So she'll be going towards the beginning of May, and I know she's so excited, and that's really helping her pull through this last stage right now.
Wonderful. Maddy, thanks for joining me today, and obviously we wish Olivia all the best in the world.
Thank you so much.
On behalf of Maddy Tettelbach, I am Paul Hembekides, signing off on Feature Friday. We'll see you next time.